This is a model of how Mothra type arch kite might look on a test site I've got planned in Stornoway Harbour. Hope it's okay to use Google Earth like this. Here's Holland. Stornoway is over there. Where I grew up is just down here. A house about there. There's a water treatment place here and a farm about there. Now, here's the model. What I'm trying to do, I've got a variable number of points along each of these load paths, and I can tweak the load paths in and out, up and down at the backs, and I can sway them to the sides if I use grasshopper. It becomes quite easy to do that. I'll give a demonstration of it swaying side to side. You can change the wind and stuff. You can imagine, like Dave was saying earlier on, if it was swayed to one side, it would become quite easy to move this forward. It would tend to want to settle. If the wind had been coming more from this left hand side, it would tend to blow it off skew off the center that way. This would want to weathercock forward and set the whole thing back to an equilibrium into the wind that way. That's the expected behavior, and it's well pretty much what's been demonstrated so far. So yeah, I would look for that. I think what I'm trying to do anyway just now is where you've got these points, I'm trying to get meshes to form. And I think with Grasshopper, the plugin that I'm going to need is something called Rice Cooker, where you define points from different places. I'm using the mathematics in Grasshopper at the moment to create the sets of points across here and set the meshes across here from the corresponding points in the next. So I'll get pairs of points in the next pair of points, next pair of points, linking up the next pair of points, next pair of points. This is quite a crude model for, especially considering the plans we've had and the things we've talked about, and it's crude because I've not worked on it an awful lot over the past while. It's been Christmas and whatnot. Apologies. I've got a foot system I'm working on the next wee while, where you've got a carriage, clamps, sheaves from pulleys across onto this rail, which would be the rail would just be a rope circle connected onto, say, 6 minimum anchors, which could be a bag dug into the ground, really. Best that you would have 2 of these ropes, so you could manually adjust the pinch of the feet, how much they're sticking in and out, such as the height of them, how far in and out. If you can adjust these factors on the ropes, you would need 2 rails to they're just tension ropes rails. So yeah, I've been working on a carriage. I'm going to be working on the drawing of the carriage. It would clamp around and on, and where it comes down onto the bags, say, or the anchors, I'm reckoning the carriage could drive over a webbing. So if you put a sheath over that rope, a long sort of delta-shaped sheath, the carriage could roll over that sheath. Say if there was a sprung clamped carriage going around the rope, then you'd be able to bump up and over it, sheaves underneath both sides and pushing against one on top, or wheels underneath pushing into a sheave on top. A better arrangement. It would probably be more forgiving to the sheath holding the rope down onto the anchor. So that's that would be a carriage transport system for the archway. Going on to 2 ropes, you would be able to use the carriage, like I said, to adjust parameters of the kite. You'd also want some sort of cleating system onto the kite as well, so you could lock yourself in place in order to let one side run up into wind. Anyway, lots to work on there.